Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Earlier this week, I shared a pretty lengthy video about some of the changes that I've made in my life, and I thought I would take an opportunity to go into a little bit more detail about some of the personal values that I've crafted. They've been a huge tool in helping me kind of make sure I'm in constant motion forward aligned with the goals I'm trying to achieve. I have 5 basic core values concepts. I want to take pride in my body. I want to focus on growth of mind. I want a soul at play. I want to connect in life, and I want to create good. So I thought I would make a video for each one of those values concepts and kind of break down each value and how I am working on fulfilling each of those day to day, some of the tools that I use, what's been successful for me, in case that's helpful for anyone else. So I want to start with my first value, which is pride of body, essentially just taking care of myself. The first kind of value to reinforce that concept is that I'm going to put my health first. For me, that has meant working out. I'm talking very much about my physical health here. It was really difficult for me to get back in the rhythm of consistently working out. So there were a few considerations that I needed to take into account. The first one was I needed to align the time of day that I was going to work out with when I was the most motivated. For me, I am a morning person. I have no problem getting up early in the morning. I have a ton of energy. I'm that person that is obnoxiously in a good mood first thing in the morning. So I knew that if I was going to get back into the swing of working out, that I needed to protect it in the morning. So as I got started back in the rhythm of going to the gym, I made sure to commit to having that be part of my morning routine. And then to hold me accountable in the beginning, I worked with a trainer. That obviously can get kind of expensive, but I think there's ways that if that would be beneficial, you could do that in a small way. You could do a single session, or a week of sessions, just to get someone that you know is going to be waiting for you there. I think it can also be as simple as finding a friend and letting them know, hey, you're trying to do this. Will you come with me and hold me accountable? And then, you've got support for free, motivation. And if you align that with when the best time of day for you to go is, I think that will be really helpful. I know if I intend to go to the gym at night, I'm not going to say never, but it's rarely going to happen. So put my health first, go in the morning, find a trainer or a friend to help hold you accountable. Then the next thing to support pride of body is to make sure I'm eating well. And when I say eating well, I'm not saying that I count almonds and eat kale. I don't eat garbage really anymore, but I do kind of stick to a macro goal for the day. I've calculated what my caloric need is for my height, weight, and my fitness goals. And so I use my MyFitnessPal to track all of my food. Literally any barcode you can scan, you can type in any food, and it's going to be available in the database. And for me, I just made a very intentional effort that I would not put anything into my mouth until I had put it in that app. And it didn't take very long for me until that just became a pattern of behavior. And now I literally, even if I sit down and I'm not thinking about it, I sit down to eat. And if I pick the fork up, I kind of have this realization oh shit, I need to log this first, and then I will eat because I know that it's been taken care of. The next piece to support pride of body or a healthy body for me is to proudly pursue life alcohol-free. I talked about that in the longer video 2, and the first time I decided to take a break from drinking, I found this 30-day no alcohol challenge online. I think you literally can Google that and find it. It's produced by James Swanwick, who's an Aussie that I think lives in Manhattan now, but it was pretty straightforward. Essentially, you just get an email every day, and there's a little motivational video, and earlier the slower days, it gives you, each day is like a tip or trick, like how to overcome pressure when you're in a social setting, what to replace an alcoholic drink with a non-alcoholic drink if you do find yourself in social situation, and kind of have the like, what do I do with my hands question. But like I said, this has been so helpful in kind of removing a distraction in my life, so I have all the time. Like right now I'm recording this, it's Saturday at 3 p.m. Early last year, I would have been out already like 3 hours deep after brunch, raging on the weekend, spending money that I didn't need to spend. I would not have gone to the gym, I would not have worked out, I would have been eating garbage, and I, although might have been convincing myself I was having fun, was probably not doing anything to serve myself, and definitely was not taking care of my body. It's also important for me that I protect quality sleep. So I get up early every morning, I get up at 5. So I always try to make sure that I sleep 7 or 8 hours. So usually by 9, I am starting to wind down. I fall asleep with the TV, and I have like my TV or my fall asleep shows. So it's like Friends, The Office, or Parks and Rec. So I only watch those shows when I'm going to sleep, because I've seen all of those shows, every episode, more times than I can count. So it kind of helps me shift gears. So I'll lay in bed a little after 9:30 or something, with the intent of being asleep by 10, and then I use my watch to track sleep. So I keep it on all night. For me, I'm just used to it, so it's not uncomfortable. I use the Pillow app. There's apps that you can download on your phone where you just put the phone on your bed and it detects your movement. But right now, as long as I get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, I am getting like 65 to 75% sleep quality, and it really helps me kind of keep myself accountable. If I have a couple nights in a row of bad sleep, then I'll really kind of make sure, okay, I'm going to clear my head before I go to bed. Maybe even I'll meditate, get to bed early, drink plenty of water before I do, make sure if I had a tough workout that I have one of those Theraguns, that I've kind of like taken care of myself on that front. But always making sure that I'm getting enough sleep and I'm getting it consistently has been really helpful to me. And then staying hydrated. I used to be bad about not drinking enough water. I would drink pretty much energy drinks, iced coffee, soda, and so now I have a Swell bottle that I carry everywhere. I think for my height and weight, I need to drink 6 of those a day, and I definitely do that and can feel a difference now. Now at night, I always keep it full by my bed, because I realize I'll wake up in the middle of the night thirsty, which is something that didn't happen before. I was probably just so severely dehydrated all the time that my body just was like, screw it, you don't need water. So making sure I drink consistent water. So those 5 things really help me support pride of body and just overall a healthier path. And if any of that resonates to you, check out any of those practices or apps that I mentioned. And that's all I've got for now. Thanks.